So here's what I got on the trailer hitch. This is all heavy steel. That's 1/8 inch. That's heavier than, I've got a Reese hitch around here with that 1.25 inch, and all this tubing is heavier than that. So I cranked the welder up to like 100 amp, used some heavy rod. So that ain't coming out. So that's kind of what I got. And how this is going to go is up in here. I don't know what you can see. I need both hands to set it up in here. That goes up in there like that, which that also gives me, it's got to get pushed forward a little bit. That gives me that heavy bar as some added bumper support. And how that's going to get attached is, I've got this heavy plate here. And I mean, the other Volkswagen, if I buy one, it's just got a plate off the bottom that goes up and bolts to the floor. So I'm going to do that with this plate, and I'll put my hooks on that plate. And then it's going to also, from the inside, you can see where that, I got so much junk in here. You can see that the rail, that upper pipe is right here. So I'm going to weld it, weld it, weld it. It gets pushed up. It closes that gap. It does get pushed up in there. And then what I'll do is, from the front side, I'll weld another piece up to the back of this bumper. And that should be plenty. I'm going to have the hitch in 2 points fastened. That's going to be welded all the way across. This angle iron right here is 1/8. That is some heavy angle iron, because the back of the Bug originally, this pocket was so weak. It was barely solid because it had the big hole cut in it for the negative air vent. So that's how that goes up in there. And I'm 100% confident that's way stronger than the aftermarket 1.25 inch. That's not coming out of there. Like I said, once I'll get this piece welded into the bottom, and just for giggles, I'll tack it to the floor, or put a bolt and nut through the floor up there, just like the one you buy. And then I'll run from here up to this bumper. And when the skin's on it, I don't know if I can do all this with one hand. When the skin is on it, the skin won't fit right now because I got to trim the ends off. See how I made the ends longer? But to give you some sort of an idea, it's going to be behind the plate about right there. Well, this will get closer. The skin will get closer. See, I can't push it in because of the ends are wider. But it'll be about there in the middle of the plate. So there's how that mocked up. Actually, it's in there. I just got to weld it to the car and make the other brace for the front. But it's in there enough that it's holding that receiver. You can see I got it clamped up against that other rail. So once I get this welded to this bumper strut, and then every so often up across here, that's all 1/8 inch. So that's going to be secure, and that's going to give me that much more back here for a bumper if there would be any impact. So let's take a look under here. You can see it's up against that right there. My bumper is going to come down. When the bumper skin is on it, this will be behind the plate. I really didn't want to go too much lower. I'm right about where like a Reese or a Kurt hitch would be for a Beetle, although they're only 1.25 inch. This is 2 inch. But they come right to the bottom right here. And then they've got something like this that's welded to the bottom of it, and it goes up and bolts to the floor. So I'm going to do something like that, but also I'm going to attach from here down to the top of this. So pull that out. Although I don't got much room, I might have to get an extension, because look where my plate's going to lift up. This is for the Toyota, so But that's the 2-inch hitch. And my bumper skin comes down to about right there. Actually, the top of the plate's just under this bumper. It's going to be right up against the bumper. So when I bring that other piece down to the front right here, when I put the skin on, it'll bolt. It'll give me something to bolt to. And then behind my plate on one side or the other, I'll have my plug. So that worked out pretty good. It's dead center. It seems to be pretty level. I got the car up on stands right now, but if we put that in there, well, this, you know how these are. This is sloppy loose, so it's going to be leaning down. But with that Toyota ball in there, just to give you some idea, I don't even know if I need a rise on it like that, but that's all I had to stick in there. So that worked out really well so far.